made millions out of nothing just from spilling my truth. Yeah, we still grinding like we got something to prove, even though we got. And we are back with another episode of Straight Talk No Chaser with Kels. This is episode 3, and we're gonna do stuff a little bit different this time. So this time we are going to open up this episode with a little venting session, because I definitely got a vent, so I hope y'all heard to listen. But before we start, let me check in with y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all week been? How you really doing? Drop in the comments. I want to start off by saying that despite however we are feeling, do not forget to remind yourself that a bad moment does not have to be a bad day. A bad spell, storm, chapter does not have to be your entire story. So, whatever you're going through, talk about it, feel it, heal it, and move on. So, on to my story. This week been so crazy for me. We all know it's prom. I have a senior this year, and he is really big on his fashion, doing stuff a certain type of way. So for prom, I try to be very proactive. Let me start by saying I'm not a procrastinator at all anyway. I do not like procrastinating. Last minute stresses me out, and I got 7 kids. I ain't trying to be stressed. You see what I'm saying? So I do everything that I'm supposed to do. We get the tux made. Mind you, I paid $875 for this tux. So the world better see it. You feel me? But neither here nor there, excuse me. So the day we find out like he don't have a cameraman a few days before for whatever reason, I don't know nothing about it because that's between him, his dad, and the cameraman. I'm trying to get other people. It's last minute, short notice. So, people not really coming or able to do it such short notice. So I find somebody to do it, but we don't have a professional camera. So that was a whole nother story. He was already frustrated, and I know he was trying to hold it together. But let's rewind a little bit, not fast forward. Let's rewind. So before this, we had rented a car off Turo. I did this in advance as well, along with the tux, to make sure that on the day of, I don't have no issues. We just picking up. I go to the location. The car is there. I'm taking my pictures. The dude, mama come outside and she like, I don't even know why he's sending y'all over here for Turo. What car you coming to get? Is it the truck? And I'm like, no, it's this car right here. And she was like, okay, keep calling him. She goes in the house. I'm feeling like it's a little sketchy, but the lady real down to earth and talking to me. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna freak out. She goes in, comes back out with her daughter. She like, well, I gotta go get her ready for prom too. Y'all trying to get this car for prom? I tell her, yeah. And she like, I guess I could take your contact information down for him to reach out to you. In the meantime, keep reaching out to him. As she's saying this, I'm going around the car and I'm taking pictures. I see his front end damage. I'm gonna toe up. So I was like, oh, so he only did one side of the car. I know what type of time he on. I call Turo. I tell them the situation. Mind you, he's still not answering. I cannot get in this car. So the Turo agent was like, oh, okay, since you reported front end damage, they not even trying to reach out to him. They like, this wasn't reported, so we are going to refund you your money back. It'll upload to your account immediately, and you can try to find you another vehicle with the credit that's on your account. If you don't do it or find another one, then we'll just go ahead and refund your account. Okay, so I go in. I finally find another vehicle. He like it. We schedule it for about a couple hours later. I reach out to the person. They didn't really respond, but it was time to go to the site. So I figured, I'm going to head that way anyway. I get to the location. The car is not there. I call Turo. I tell them I cannot find the car. They was like, oh, unfortunately, we have to refund your money again because this account is supposed to be banned. We didn't know that they still had cars listed or still had access. So because this was already considered a bad host, we're going to refund you all the money all over again. And it's prom day. At this point, it's about 2:30 or maybe whatever. It's like 2:30. So I'm like, dang, I can't find no cars no more. It's the end of the day. We supposed to be going to take pictures at 6:30. He had a haircut 3 o'clock. I'm just knowing we ain't gonna get it. And I know he was hella discouraged. And me, I'm feeling super bad because as a mother, I'm trying to make this day perfect. I worked so hard in advance to make sure that nothing went wrong. And no matter what I tried, no matter how proactive I was, no matter how I thought I had all these ducks in a row, it didn't work out. I feel like it's a message in this for everybody though, because I wanted to fold so bad, but I keep a good poker face on. So at this time, I'm telling my son, because he like, you know what, I just put my little outfit on, go take pictures for y'all, and then go home. I ain't gonna go. Excuse me. $875? You're going. You will look back on this one day and wish that you went, that you didn't miss out on this opportunity. You will regret missing out on this opportunity. You only go through high school once. You only get this experience once. Get the full experience and don't let little minor hiccups mess up your plans, because in reality it's a rental car, so it's not like something you needed. Although it would be nice and it's fashionable, everybody want to pull up and do all this extra stuff. But if we took the extra stuff out of it, the tux, how you dress, your hair, and actually showing up is what's most important. As long as you got a vehicle, take that vehicle. So we had a vehicle he could take, but he was really not feeling going. So at this point, I'm hella defeated. But like I said, I'm holding it together. And I'm the person, I'm going to always encourage people. So I'm letting him know, like, don't let this deter you from what the original plan was. Don't make it make you lose focus, because the point is make it to prime. That was the whole point of this day. It's prime day. All of the stuff in between, we can't control it, but you never know. It could be saving you from something, like the burnt toast theory. If y'all know about that, you know. Sometimes stuff start happening at the last minute, or you drop your keys, or can't find your keys, or you get caught up in traffic, and that could be saving you from something far worse. Maybe it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was something that you are avoiding at this moment, and it doesn't make sense for us in this moment because we have these plans. But nevertheless, we did everything we were supposed to do. He held his composure. I held mine. He made it to prime. He ended up sending me a text like 30 minutes to an hour into prime, and he was like, "Mama, you did your thing. I got first place for her, his best hair amongst the boys and the girls, and I won second place for most uniquely dressed." And I'm like, see, I'm glad he went, and I'm sure that boosted his confidence a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was still kind of in my feelings that day because I did want the day to be perfect. But the message in this for everybody else, for me, let me not say for everybody else, but the message in this was, sometimes you can plan your whole day, your whole life, your whole goals out, and you will do everything in your power to make sure that your end is covered. But no matter how much you do, some things are just out of your control. But if you have a goal in mind, or a plan that you had already set, you don't let the things that happen that you can't control take your mind off the main goal, the main focus. You stay focused on the goal and you still do your part. Do what you can to ensure that things go as smoothly as possible. I can't control what happens on the other end of what I want. I can't control what other people do. I can't control what happens in life. I can't control if somebody tries to play me or scam me or lie to me, but I can control me. I can control how I perceive it, how I react to it. I can control whether keep going or whether I stop and fold because I feel like woe is me. I can control the fact that I did my best, and I can say to myself, my best was good enough. Despite how everything played out, my best is enough for me, no matter who else it isn't enough for. And sometimes that's what we got to do. Life gets heavy, we get weary, things don't go as planned. You keep going. Keep going, no matter what. It doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters what you do with what you have. But that wasn't it though. I gave my little motivational speech because I be having to encourage myself. You feel me? But in turn, I know that it'll help somebody else. And that's what I'm all about. But after that situation, I'm happy that prom is over with. I'm just like, you know what? I can breathe again. I'm preparing for graduation. Four of us are graduating. I will be graduating with my master's on the 16th, and then I have three boys graduating. One from kindergarten on the 21st, one from high school on the 21st, and one from middle school, 8th grade, on the 19th. And I'm super excited. So I was like, you know what? I worked for prom early, and I also worked for graduation early. So I had already, my 8th grader, he sent me the stuff that he wanted for his graduation. I started buying the shoes, the jeans, the jacket, whatever he bought, whatever he sent me. Now I was supposed to receive this stuff before prom even came on the 15th of April, I believe it said. It made it all the way to the UPS in Earth City just to say delayed. Delayed how? What the hell happened? How did it get this far and then get delayed? It was delayed for 6 days to the point where I filed a claim for a lost item, and then they tell me, oh, we couldn't find your item, so we just gonna refund you your money. But instead of refunding it back to me, now mind you, it's the 27th now, I still don't have my refund. And it's after prom, so I'm hella frustrated. I'm like, oh, everything that can go wrong wanna try to go wrong, huh? I got you. I'm ready to flip out at this point. But I'm like, okay, trying to relax, work things out. So I reached out to UPS, and they said that they were waiting on something from the company for them to send uh, over an invoice or whatever in order for them to refund them my money. And I got to get my money back from them since that's who originally sent the package. I'm heated. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't keep my composure that day. I went the hell off on their ass. So I'm like, y'all got me messed up. I done waited all this time. Supposed to receive my package on the 15th, and you gonna tell me I still gotta wait and you can't take the invoice from me? You gonna take this invoice, get a supervisor, get somebody on the phone, cause y'all gonna accommodate me for the inconvenience. I don't know what the hell y'all think this is. My point in saying all this is to say that a lot of stuff been going wrong lately, and I've been doing my best to hold it all together, and I'm gonna continue to hold it together. But it has definitely been a journey, been rough. Like I said before, I got all these graduations coming up, but I'm not gonna let this stuff distract me from the goal. Just like I told my son, I am very proud of myself to be going into my second year, or going into my graduation rather. I'm about to graduate. I'm talking about going into my second year. No, I am done. I finished my last practicum hours April 17th. Now all of my classes are done, all of my hours are done, and I'm just ready to walk across that stage and get that master's degree. You hear me? But anyway, that was my little spiel on what I've been going through. But moving on, last time we touched on how those early relationships can interfere with your present relationships. We talked about having to deal with yourself, having to heal from those broken places, right? But when we talk about healing, nobody actually talks about what healing really is, like what it consists of. Healing is not those affirmations and all these beautiful quotes that you could tell yourself a million times over. That might be part of it, but healing is an actual journey. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens quickly at all. It's a process. It's like, to me, healing is like learning. In life, we will forever be students. You know what I mean? So you will be forever in the process of healing things, because the human experience comes with both joy and pain, good and bad. It's the yin and yang effect. So not that things will always be bad, or you will never feel better or get over things, but it's a journey. Sometimes you can think you heal from something, and then something else happens that triggers that old pain, and you realize you still got work to do. Sometimes I feel like that is the point of certain relationships we get anyway. It's to show you your shadow self, show you aspects of yourself that you feel like you might have healed, that you haven't healed from yet, or that you may have swept under the rug, and you might be filling those broken places with other things to get by. So it's like you're pacifying yourself, but you haven't really felt the feelings to even start healing them. In order to heal anything, from anything. You have to feel. You have to be able to be real with yourself. In the process of my healing, what I learned was the most effective was to actually sit in the pain that I was feeling. Figure out where those feelings were coming from. Breaking the same old habits and stop entertaining the things that I was entertaining, whether it be out of loneliness, whether it be out of the fact of wanting to be accepted, validated, loved, all those things that I yearned for outside of myself. I decided to start giving them to myself. So I spoke a little bit last time about how I used to go buy myself cards or started journaling, and that is part of the healing process. But also just finding things that you love to do, finding joy in the little things, being grateful for just waking up and breathing, being grateful for the person that you are, the heart that you have, and the endurance. Like we go through a lot and we act like it's nothing, especially as black people. No shade to no other race, but we are so used to enduring, so used to poverty, so used to survival that it becomes the norm. We are desensitized to so much that we don't realize what all we carry until we put the weight down. Real healing will have you outgrowing people, patterns, and even old versions of yourself that you thought you needed. In order to change your relationships, you have to stop overgiving. You have to see yourself for who you truly are, not for who people want you to be, who you want to be, but who you are right now. And that don't mean don't work towards the person that you want to be, but that means accepting the version of you that exists, letting the go of the version of you that you no longer need, but with love. They are valued, even the bad versions of you. It all got you to a specific point. And there are multiple ways to get to an end goal, and it's not going to always be good. It's not going to always be sweet. But the importance is to stop trying to earn love and give yourself love. Know that you are worthy for just being. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be the best person. You are good just the way you are. And when you start choosing yourself and choosing peace over potential, over validation, and anything else, this is a message to all my people pleasers, all my people that's still fighting for love. Please hear me and hear me clearly. Real love does not require a fight. Some things do come with ease. You might have spent your whole life struggling and fighting. You deserve peace. You deserve ease. Sometimes love can be easy, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't come with challenges, but it's easy because it's easy to love the other person. It's easy to love you. When you love you, when you put you above all else, when you trust yourself, you don't have to worry about the weight of things not working out for you, because you know that things naturally work for you, because nothing is happening to you, it is happening for you always. Love doesn't have to be a fight. Stop fighting for someone else's love and attention and give it to yourself. During the healing journey, there will be a lot of ups and downs. There will be days when you will be ecstatic, where it feels like you have grown so far beyond where you were. And then there will be days where it feels like you are going backwards, where it feels like old things are resurfacing. You are not going backwards. Keep going. Push through them feelings. Push through those feelings. You will start to see that things are exactly as they are supposed to be. Assume the best instead of the worst case scenarios. When you outgrow people that hurt you, when you outgrow old versions of yourself, it will cause some sadness. It will cause some loneliness. It will cause some grief. Feel those feelings, baby. You are going in the right direction. That is only a sign that you are going in the right direction. Nothing comes without some form of resistance. And that does not necessarily mean a struggle, but there has to be resistance. And if you know physics, you know there is something called friction, there is something called inertia, there is something called resistance. It happens. It's okay. Love yourself and put yourself first. Know that you deserve a love that you don't have to fight for, that you don't have to perform and prove your worth and your value. You deserve a love that is not confusing. And in the meantime, until you find that love that is being reciprocated to you, give yourself that love and all that you desire so that you can teach, other people how to treat you. Stop waiting and start choosing you. Start choosing life. Live your life to the fullest. If today was your last day and you knew that you only had 24 hours to live, what would you do? And I want you to do that thing that you thought of right now. Don't wait on it. You only get one life that we know of. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Straight Talk No Chaser with Kels. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a friend. Tap in, comment, let me know what you would like to see more of. As always, keep growing, keep glowing, and love yourself. Until next time. Took every risk cause we had nothing to lose. Making millions just spelling my truth. Spelling my